Learning English, 8 Tips for Better English Writing Skills. Improving writing ability does not happen overnight, but we can indeed use our time to slowly improve our English writing skills. Writing could be fun or torture. Different people have different attitudes. It can lift you up or exhaust you. You need to have an appropriate way of writing or feeling your work to discover your own style. So how can we writing better English? I think the first thing you need to do is to have a better writing habit. 1. Have a good habit. Forming new good habits isn't easy, but it's well worth the effort. The more good habits you have, the healthier you may be, or the more likely you are to achieve greater goals. There are many things that can help you form new habits, such as clarifying motivation, creating reminders, and timely follow-up. If you have a bad habit you want to break, keep in mind that you may need to take steps to develop a good habit. 2. Read more books. If you want to have good thoughts, you must not only be good at perception, but you must input a lot and receive a lot of information from reading English books, especially those input from everyone's thoughts. Sometimes we have our own opinion on an issue, but it is difficult to say it. Read more good books. Maybe at some point when you are reading, you resonate with the author and understand what your true thoughts are. No one is born with good writing, and it is a process of imitation at the beginning. We have analyzed so many articles in Chinese since we were young, which is actually a good exercise, but we didn't cherish and comprehend them well when we read. Analyze a good article. What structure did the writers write? What kind of writing technique they used? What rhetorical techniques some sentences were written so beautifully, etc. When we analyzed almost, we started to imitate right, and then you will form your own ideas, and know how to make a plain sentence more vivid. 3. A lot of writing. Practice make it perfect. English writing is the same. What you need to do is write as much as you can. Your sentences won't need to be perfect, but the more you write, the better your sentences will be. Buy a notebook. Not just get one, but find a sturdy notebook that can be carried anywhere. Inspirations may burst out anytime, anywhere, they will disappear like a dream at night. You have to be able to capture those fleeting inspirations. This is a wonderful thing. Join an English writing workshop. Talking to others is one of the best ways to improve and stay motivated in your writing, and you can get feedback on your work. Find a local or online writing group. Often members of these groups will read their respective work and discuss what they like, what they don't like, and how to improve the work. You may find that taking feedback will help you learn valuable lessons and improve your skills. 4. Take all opportunities to write and read. If you want to write a good article, you really need to read widely, and don't feel that reading is useless. Even if you leave campus, you should do it as a lifelong thing. Read more, study more, practice more, this step cannot be omitted. After all, our own things are narrow, but reading can open up more broad vision and content for us. Some people say that if you are too busy with work, you have no time to read, and you cannot sit still to finish reading an English book. That is your own problem. Do you really love reading? However, sometimes it is difficult to spend a lot of time reading, but we can use the fragmented time to read. I always take a book with me every time I go out, and some friends bring ebooks. You can read a book or two without being disturbed for a lot of time on the road. Ordinary time, such as waiting for the bus, queuing, waiting for the bus, can be used to read. 5. Collect good sentences. A lot of words that we think are very reasonable, or touching stories, we actually just read them, leaving only what we liked at the time. It's like when we read a joke book, it's funny when we read it, but when someone asks us to tell a joke, we can't remember a single one. In addition to collecting good sentences, your own inspiration cannot be ignored. Although inspiration is often instantaneous, and sometimes we may be busy, the inspiration that has finally flashed should take a few minutes in time to record it. If you don't remember it, you will forget it, and if you remember it, there are still some vague memories and thoughts. Sometimes I forget to write them down, so I let them fly away because I don't pay attention to them. After that time, I record them again, and I have no interest in writing them at all. 6. Find a specific time to write. Find a fixed block of time to write and organize your essay. When your accumulation reaches a certain level, you can calm down and write. Writing is a big deal that requires logic and a high degree of concentration. Compared with the accumulation of materials and the collection of inspiration, writing is more time-consuming. It is very difficult to complete without a whole block of time. So in a day, if you want to complete an English article, you must leave a whole block of time for writing at all times, so that your thoughts are not interrupted by other things, and you can maintain a kind of concentration. Make an essay more structured and logical. 7. Understand nothing is perfect. Writing English is like all other things, you cannot write a perfect article, this is no perfect thing in the world. As long as you are happy with what you write, is good enough. Don't pursue perfectionism too much, complete first and then perfect. I used to write because I paid too much attention to perfectionism. I had all the materials I wanted to write, but I didn't dare to start it. There would be a long period of psychological construction and entanglement before each writing. In the process of writing, the sentences are carefully crafted and read several times after writing a paragraph, which seriously affects the time. Therefore, the writing speed is very slow. After I finally finish writing an article, I will open it at different times, read and revise it repeatedly, so I feel that my articles are all guaranteed in quality, and work slowly and carefully. This is actually a good habit and a responsible attitude towards the article. However, when I think about the psychological troubles before I started writing, I really should get rid of it completely. It is a waste of time, and many articles are strangled in the cradle of ideas. There must be people who have the same idea as me. Before starting to write an article, they just want to write well, but they don't dare to start the first stroke at will, which causes delays. And I'm aware of that now, especially lately. 8. Write an outline before writing the article. When writing an English composition, with the constraints of the outline, and act according to the plan, it is easy to write the article in one go, and the written article is easy to meet the requirements of central, organized, and focused, otherwise, the level will be unclear. The details are inappropriate and lost. Therefore, outlining is an important method to improve the efficiency and quality of writing. I want to remind the students, if you want to write an English essay, outline it first. This is usually the case, especially when taking exams or participating in English essay competitions. It is important to start practice without drafting, and write directly according to the composition outline.